Hello, my name is Thais and I'm here today to teach you about Abhyanga. Abhyanga is a massage that's done in Ayurveda, and the purpose of Abhyanga is to nourish your body through the largest organ that we have, that is the skin. You can do it yourself. You can go to a place where you can get this massage done for you, which is lovely. But I want to teach you a little bit more of a complete Abhyanga so you can do it at home and feel almost as if you went to a place to get this Abhyanga. Sneha is the word in Sanskrit for oil, but also for love. And so just think of this oil really as you giving love to your body. We have several points in our body, just like in Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine, and acupuncture. And what Abhyanga does is that it awakens these points to not only bring you vitality, but also to release toxins throughout your body. I'm going to talk a little bit about the oils that you can use, but I suggest that you always consult with an Ayurvedic practitioner when you're doing that, so they can analyze your skin and see what's best for you. There is one oil from Banyan Botanicals that is called Daily Massage, and this oil is great because this is pretty much for everybody. It's a tridoshic oil, so it won't compromise sides of your body that are a little bit imbalanced. So you can use this if you'd like, or you can just use a good cold pressed unrefined sesame oil or sunflower oil or coconut oil. So these are the three oils that Ayurveda suggests that we use based on your constitution. For my face, just because I tend to have a lot of acne, my skin is a little bit more sensitive, I usually use just a grapeseed oil. But again, you can use the same oil that you're using for your body for your face. And for my head, I use Brahmi oil. It's a very grounding oil. It's very good for prana, for this life force that runs through us and keeps us alive. Again, you do not need to go there. You can stick to your regular oil, but I just like to show it in case you're interested. So I'm going to start with the head, and you can use room temperature oil, but it would be really nice if you could just warm it up a little bit. Not hot, because you also don't want to burn your marma points, these points that I mentioned before. Here I have a bottle warmer that was my daughter's when she was a baby, but you can literally just warm up some water in a pot and then put your bottle inside. I transfer these oils to either glass or copper because I just don't want plastic to get into my oil. And so, yeah, so with that, we'll start with the head. And I just parted my hair, and your hair will get oily. So if you're in a day that you're in a rush, you probably don't want to do that. You can skip the head and go ahead and just nourish the rest of your body. There's nothing wrong with that. You can also do a little bit of this oil at night. Don't put too much before you go to sleep, because your body still needs to digest this oil no matter what. So actually that brings me to another point, that there are some contraindications for Abhyanga. So if you have too much toxins in your body, if you're pregnant in your first 3 months, I don't suggest you do Abhyanga. If you have a cold, if you just feel really sick, your body needs to get rid of these toxins. So putting more oil, it'll make it harder for your body. Your body also needs to be able to digest this oil. And so depending on how you feel your digestion is going, you can put a little more oil, a little bit less oil. If you feel like you're being really sluggish, I don't suggest you put oil all over your body. You could put in your joints or certain points that you know that would be doing well by receiving this oil. So anyway, let's start with the head. So you're going to put a little bit of oil in the palm of your hands. You part your hair, and right here at the crown of your head, you're going to dump this oil and make some circular moves. These circular moves are helping this oil be absorbed in this marma point, which is the main point for our prana, our life force. So you massage that for a little bit. And again, the self-massage is really for you to give yourself this time to take care of yourself. It's, you know, you could do circular movements. You can really just feel how you're doing and what you need, and not be so constricted to what books say or videos say. I think massage in general is really related to us getting to know our bodies and knowing what is needed. So you can massage your scalp, bringing circulation to this area. You don't need to go too strong. These points are really sensitive. So just go slow. You can pull your hair a little bit just to again stimulate these points. You can do this zigzag motion so you're covering a bunch of points. And you can also use more of this oil for your entire hair. It's really amazing to make your hair shine, strong. Okay, so I'm just gonna put my hair up now because it's a complete mess. And then we can go on to massage our face. I just want to show you again some points that we can work on, and some of them are really related to tension, like this area over here between our eyes. Our eyebrows hold so much tension, and right here where there's a little bit of a dent, yeah, that area does really well if you can massage it for a little bit. So I'm gonna get my little oil, and again I use grapeseed, and I just put a few drops of essential oil that are good for the skin. But again, you can go really simple with that. So rub your hands and spread this oil. Spread it really well. And so we're going to start with our chin area, the jaw that holds so much tension. A lot of people grind their teeth at night, or just wake up with their jaws really locked. So we're basically doing this motion here and taking it out. And then we can do some circular motions on our cheeks. Again, bringing lots of circulation there. Our lips, we pull this way. I don't know if you can see it, doing this. Gentle, nothing crazy, just really gentle. And down here. And then the center line can go up and down. These little points right here are really helpful if you have sinus infections, or if you feel like you're really congested, and you can just kind of rub them clockwise for a little bit. And another movement that it's really interesting, just to again release mucus or anything that you have stagnant in your cheeks in this area, is you're going to basically go around and up your cheek like that. And you do it on the other side. I sometimes just use my thumb. I really like the thumb, kind of glides really easy as well. So then we're gonna go under our eyes, all the way out. That also help relieves with the puffiness of the eyes. And then your eyebrows. And you can do this more times, but I'm just kind of showing you quickly so you know what to do. And then on the forehead, you can just go up, up, up. And you can do this little movement that goes like that. That it's good to strengthen the muscles of the forehead. And then you can massage your ears, because your ears also have marma points. And right down here too. And then you can just kind of finalize doing the one last round and doing this little tingling thing on your face to just activate everything. And so now I'm just gonna start using my regular oil that I use for everything. Oops. Make sure your oil is warm and not hot, but also not cold. So we're gonna rub these marma points here, softer than what I just did. And again, this will help drain everything that we just massaged on our face. And you can press this marma point here, kind of pumping it too, just to help this drainage. Or you can just go in circles. And if you ever have sore throat or anything congested, or even just this need to speak up, you can rub this marma point. It's really good. And then you can give your neck a little love. My neck has been a little tense lately, so it's really good to just rub it out. Okay. All right, so now let's start with the arms, and we're going to start with the right side and then move on to the left side. And the reason for that is that our right side is a more active side than our left side. So we sort of activate the side and then we nourish with the receiving side. So first, I like to just put oil on my entire arm and a few strokes, including the hand. Don't forget the hand. The hand is very important. It also contains so many marma points. The fingers, palm of the hands, everything. And again, here you're going to put a decent amount of oil. Okay. So one of the things that I want to point out is the direction of the massage. In general, when you are going to a spa or an Ayurvedic clinic to get a massage, a lot of times the massages are done from center out. And the reason for that is so it nourishes your body. It's taking these nutrients out. But if you are congested or if you have more toxins in your body, you want to do the other direction. So it goes into your lymph nodes and it gets eliminated. The way I do it at home is that I do both directions. But again, it's a good thing to talk to somebody about it, so you can see, you know, how your digestive power is, how you're assimilating your nutrients, etc., etc. So we'll start with our shoulders, and we're rubbing it in circular motions. And then you're going to start just kneading your skin, your muscles, your tissues, really. And this way, you are also delivering this oil to your tissues. And so you just knead your muscles. And then you move down to your elbows. And again, circular motion. And we're bringing heat to these points so they get activated. And then again, there's not much meat in this area, but I love to rub my wrists because I work on a computer a lot, and so I feel like it really helps me release some of that tension. And then your wrist. And then palms of your hands. I'm just going to show you kind of what I do. Well, I kind of do it this way with my thumb. I just massage this area, especially down here. Really good for your digestion. And you can rub it. And then there are some points between your fingers too that you want to rub however you want to do it. You can do it individually. And then I do this movement like this for my fingers, rubbing them, but you can do this way, however is best for you. Just kind of give it a good rub so you can activate your fingers. And so after I finished with my hands, I do some circular motion under my armpits, because now I'm going to conclude this arm by bringing the toxins into my lymphatic system and then taking nourishment out. So it's a little complicated when I say it, but this is basically what you're going to do. You're going to go out from the outside and up from the inside. Sorry, down from the outside and in from the inside. Down and up, down and up. You can even lift your arm if you prefer when it comes in, and then give it a little shake. And then you're going to do the same thing on the left side. And then we move on to the chest area. And this area here is actually very related to your pelvic region. So if you feel any tension here, you may want to just get that checked. So I just kind of rub it here for a little bit to activate it, and then circular motions. For women, we can go on to do a full breast massage, which is really good. So again, we release any toxins that are in this area. And I'm gonna try and show it over my bathing suit, but you know, obviously it's much easier when you don't have anything. So what you do, you go doing this motion on both sides, and you can do it individually first, or both sides at once, and then you're going to do little circles around this whole area. And then you kind of do this motion with the tip of your fingers, where you go out like that, here, and up to the breast, down, just kind of doing that. And then at the end, you kind of just pull your breast up like that a few times, and down a few times. Up and up and down and down. And you can just close this area, and you can do a few circles on this marma point related to our heart center, which really helps to stabilize emotions, or just help with anything that you're feeling that's stuck in there. Very, very helpful. Okay, moving on to the main seat of Vata and the focus of Ayurveda, right? It's our digestion. So we're going to give lots of love to the abdominal area. You can kind of see it. So rub in a good amount of oil. And here we're really going to try and activate this area, especially because all of our elimination will come from here. So you can do these circles clockwise. And then you can also do mini circles around the abdomen. You can literally do this about 50 times, and it'll be a good amount of time to spend on this area. You can bring some of this energy down a little. Really just see how you feel. Okay, so after the abdomen, we're going to move on to our legs. And I have a huge bruise on my leg. That's not looking so good, but let's keep moving. Okay, so I'm going to start with my feet first. So I put oil all over my foot. And the feet are our grounding element. So putting oil on your feet is really, really grounding. And if for some reason you don't have time to do your Abhyangas, just doing that at night, putting oil on your feet and on the crown of your head a little bit, it really helps you have better sleep, helps just calm down the mind. So what we'll do is that I'm gonna just do circular motions on the bottom of my feet. I'll try and show it like this. So I'm doing this basically. Doing these circular motions, and if you see a map of your feet in Ayurveda or Eastern medicine, you'll see how each little area is related to an organ of your body. So by massaging your feet, you're really massaging your entire system. You're massaging your internal organs. And so you can focus also on these little points here, because these are also amazing marma points. This toe, for example, is really related to your sinus. So again, just pressing the tip of it or down here, that really helps with any sinus infections. And again, I don't want to give too many rules on how to massage. I think you should feel how you need to massage yourself. If you need to calm down, you go slower. If you need a little activation, you go a little bit faster. You know, this also helps. Okay, moving on to the ankles. You can rub them in circular motion. You can activate them. And then I'm just gonna oil my entire leg, because I like to let the oil sit on my skin for as long as I can. Especially my legs, they tend to get really dry in the winter. And and sometimes even in the summer because of the heat. So okay, so after I put my oil, I'm going to start with my calves, and what I'm doing is, again, I'm kneading my calves. You just don't want to go too deep on the calves as well, because the calves are really intrinsic and there's so many little details to it that you just don't want to touch it the wrong way. So you see, sometimes I'm going down, sometimes I'm going up. If you tend to retain a lot of liquid, get swollen, then you always want to bring it up. And then you close it, bringing it up to your knees about 3 times. And then you're going to rub this point under your knees for a little bit. And you're going to go over your knees in circular motions. For people that tend to get a lot of cracking in the joints, again, if you don't have time for a full massage, make sure you oil at least your knees and your shoulders, your elbows every day. Because it's like a machine. If you don't oil it every day, then it starts cracking and being defective. Okay, so moving on to the thighs. I like to do this movement that I do on my clients when I give the massage. Again, it's a little bit more complex, but I like to do that. And it's, I don't know, it's so hard to see it, but I'm going this way with my hands here, while I'm going this way with the other hand. So you're basically just doing this movement, and you're activating these marble points. And you can do that here as well before you need to activate. Again, depends on the massage you want. Do you want a slow, loving massage? Or do you want to activate everything and get rid of stuff? Then you do that first, and then you bring the love. So same here. I do that, especially because I tend to retain a lot of liquid and fat on my legs. I'm Brazilian, so it's kind of part of our genetics. And so, you know, by retaining fat, you get cellulite. So this is really good to just kind of dissolve everything. And then you're going to knead. You can do it with your thumbs. If you like more pressure, you can do it with your knuckles. And you rub it and you rub it. I tend to spend a lot more time on my thighs than everything else. So you're just gonna do that. And just like we did with the calves, you're gonna kind of bring this I guess like just bringing all the toxins towards your groins, because that's where we have our lymphatic system, some lymphatic points. Sorry, sometimes I forget the words in English. So you're just gonna bring it in that direction. And then you can also massage this area of your bum, because there are some marble points here, and a lot of people that hold tension in their lower back, they'll tend to feel pain right here. So you can just kind of rub that a little. And then to close it out, we're going to do going up, inner leg, down, outer leg, up, and down. You can do all the way to your feet. Okay. Give it a little shake. And let's move on to the left side. Again, we start with the feet, oiling the feet. Okay, so legs are done. And then now, whoops, I'm gonna do my back. So we'll start with the lower back, this area over here, kind of getting the kidneys as well. And then you're just gonna rub it strong so you bring some heat to this area. You can do these little circle movements where you do circle, circle, and out, circle, circle, and out. Again, I understand some people don't have the flexibility, so you can even just with one hand do this up your lower back. And then on the upper back, I can do it with my hands, but if you can't, you can soak a washcloth and kind of hold it up and down and bring this oil to this area. But if you can touch your upper back, then you just kind of bring some oil to this area and rub it. This area is hard to self-massage to like release tension, but just bringing oil here will be very beneficial. Bring some of this up again towards your groin, like doing this movement, and down here. And that's pretty much it. Now, if you go to a spa or to a clinic, most of the times you'll be taken to a sauna. And the reason for that is so the heat opens your pores and you really absorb that oil, and also helps release what needs to go. If you don't have a sauna, I bought myself a portable sauna, and I'll put the link here for anybody who's interested. It's really easy and it folds up to a little bag. Again, I live in New York and my apartment is very small, so it really doesn't take much space. But if you can't do that, or if you are more in a rush, just wait at least 10 minutes with the oil in your body. And then you can take a hot shower, or even 5 minutes. Anything that you can leave the oil on your body for is beneficial. Just be mindful that after you take a shower, you probably need to throw a little bit of dish soap or some sort of detergent to clean the bottom of the tub, because it does get really slippery. One more thing is that what you can also do to help not bring this oil so much to your tub is that you can exfoliate your skin a little bit mildly, because you also want to keep some of this oil. And there's a powder I use called calamus root powder. It's excellent for circulation, excellent for your lungs, and a million other things. And you again can buy it on Banyan Botanicals, and it's very thin, so you can kind of lay it on your skin and give it a good rub. But if you want to do a full exfoliation, if you have the day that you have all the time in the world, you can use some chickpea flour mixed either with yogurt or even just water. Really, chickpea flour is an amazing exfoliator, or red lentil flour. And so you can exfoliate your body before you get into the tub, so this way it won't get so slippery. But again, I highly recommend the heat after this, and just taking it easy. Some people can't do this in the morning because, again, their lives are too crazy. You can do it at night, you can do it before you go to bed. Just make sure that you have no food in your stomach, so that your previous meal has been at least 3 hours before you do Abhyanga, because you don't want to deal with digestion and this whole thing. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to make more videos from now on. This is my first one, and I hope that you keep taking care of yourself, and I'm here for any questions, and that's pretty much it. Namaste.